welcome back to another episode of Nebraska Knits. My name is Laura, and this is my channel where I talk about my knitting, crocheting, and any other kind of crafty projects that I may be up to. Today is January 1st, 2025. Everything that I talk about in this video will be linked in the description down below. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry. To start out with today, I have 3 finished objects and 4 whips to talk about. My first finished object is the corner-to-corner lap throw that I was working on. This is a crocheted item. With the corner-to-corner crochet, you start in one corner, and it gradually, you just crochet back and forth, and it just gets bigger till it gets to the size that you want, and then you do decreases. I don't have it marked on the day that I started this. I made myself these little project cards. On it, it has the project, the pattern, the yarn, needles, any kind of notes, the date that it started, and the date that it was completed. I completed this corner to corner on November 25th. I used Mandala Ombre in the Happy. I really enjoy doing these corner to corner lap throws. My next finished object are Shortie Socks, and I worked them toe up. Let me put one on a blocker for you here. I've got a little bit of a cold going on. I started these July 2024 and I finished them November 8th. These are toe up Shortie Socks. The pattern that I used is just a plain vanilla sock pattern. The yarn that I used was one of the Yarnables from February 2024. It's called Love is Love. That's the Shortie Socks that I made. The next finished object that I have is another pair of socks. They are, when I started working on socks, my goals was to do Shortie Socks, a patterned sock, striped socks. Oh, I also made this mini stocking out of this Love is Love yarn. This is all that I have left from a 100-gram skein. Make sure it's 100 grams. Yep, 100 grams. Yarnable is a subscription that I had last year. It came every month. I got the sock yarn. The pattern for this mini stocking ornament is by Shelley Dupont from Polka Dot Creek. It's a purchased pattern that I purchased, and I make these little miniature stocking ornaments, and I hang them back over there on my mirror with every pair of socks that I have made. Next finished object is the patterned socks, and they are Whispers in the Wind, patterned by Litton, the crazy sock lady. I started these April 28th, finished them November 14th, 2024, of course. The yarn that I was using is the April Yarnable, and it is called Life is Short, Eat the Doughnut. This is what I had left from a 100-gram skein from making these socks. I also made a mini stocking ornament. Let me see if I can get this little blocker in there so I can show it. don't have the color that I used for the heel and the cuff. I made this little blocker out of a piece of cardboard for them so that I could show them. But I did do the toe, heel, and cuff in a little bit different color than the April 2024 Yarnable color. These little stockings are super cute, and I will hang them back over there on the mirror. All right, that's all of my finished objects for right now. We can talk about whips. The first whip I have is in my Grinch bag here. Let me find, where's my little card? Here it is. This is yarn that I ordered from, find my notes, Stitch Out Loud 2024. This yarn came from Always Be Kind Yarn. Sorry, I need to take a drink. And it's called Oter Pop Disco. I am past the heel. I am onto the foot. This is self-striping yarn. You just knit and it just does the stripes. They dyed it so that the stripes just go on there automatically. You just keep knitting. You don't have to change yarn or anything. That is those socks. I started them November 9th. They are a work in progress. The next work in progress I have, which is in this You So Pretty bag. This yarn I got from Turtle Purl Striped Turtle Toes, and it is the Rasta. And I am doing these tandem. They are self-striping. I cast on 64 stitches, the 2x2 ribbed cuff. That's the first one. This is the second one. I haven't weaved in any of the ends on this one yet. Down that far. Turtle Purl yarns. Really cool. I like it. It's self-striping also, so you don't have to stop yarn and pick up a different color. That was one of the things that was on my goals for knitting socks, was doing some that are self-striping. Next whip that I have is the Musselburgh Hat that I'm working on. Find my note card for it. Started it October 17th. I keep the yarn down inside. When you get knitted up so far, you can keep your skein down inside. That's it. I've gotten this far. Gone quite a ways. The yarn that I'm using is the Musselburgh pattern is by Ysolda Teague, and it's a purchased pattern. You have to purchase that on Ravelry or from her website if you want to make that. Yoriko Oki, Mighty Elf 2 sock yarn in the colorway Asphalt. That's what it's looked like, and that's what it's working up into. And I have a little snowflake progress keeper. This is where I was the last time I showed it. Now I'll move my progress keeper up to there. And I started another project. I got to thinking that maybe the 64, casting on the 64 stitches for those other socks might be a little bit too small for me, so I decided to try casting on 72 stitches around, and this is just the plain vanilla sock pattern that I'm using. I'm past the heel, working the picked up the gussets, and I'm working the decreases. This yarn is a Yarnable, May 2024, Berry Citrus Bliss it's called. It's really pretty yarn. I just wanted to try and see if I needed a bigger size sock for my foot. That's all of the projects that I have for right now. Thanks for watching.